Welcome back to Brightech Robotics. Here we teach robotics and computing, and we make it so simple for our students to understand. Today, we are going to learn how to create a simple dice with the BBC Microbit. Guys, please, if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe so that anytime we post such videos, you will get them on time. So if you have a Ludo or any game that involves the use of dice, and unfortunately you cannot find your dice, with the help of the BBC Microbit, you can be playing your game. Guys, let's move on to the screen, then see how we can create our dice. Okay guys, so to start with our project, I will open my browser. Then I will go to the site makecode.microbit.org. So makecode.microbit.org. So the link is here. Then I will click on enter. So it will take me to this site. Then I will click on new project. Then I will give my project a name, so maybe dice. Then create. So this is my coding area, so I delete these ones. And in my previous video I told you that here we can program or code in 3 ways. So we can use the JavaScript, the Python, or the block coding. So we are using the block coding, so I click on the blocks. Then I will go to input, then look for onShake. Then I will drag it here. Then I'll go to basic, then show number. I will place it here. Then I will go to math. Then I will look for pick random number. So pick random 0 to 10. Then I will place this one at the circle where the 0 is. Then I will change the 0, since dice starts from 1 to 6, I will change the numbers from 1 to 6. So I'm done with the coding. Now when I click on shake, it will generate a random number from 1 to 6 for me. So here I have 3 here. If I click again, 5, again 5, 4, again 4, 1, 5, 2. So we are done with the coding. Now we need to download this onto the Microbit device. So we are going to connect our Microbit to the computer, then I will download it onto the Microbit. So I'm going to open my Microbit and connect it to the computer. So inside it I have my USB, the Microbit device, and my battery pack. So I will connect the USB. Then I will connect it to my laptop. So I have connected it to my laptop. So on my screen, you will see a download button here. Now that I have connected my USB, I will click on the download button and it will start downloading. So I'm done with the downloading. So we are going to see how the Microbit device will work. So this is my Microbit device. Now it's showing 1. If I shake it, so if you are playing the game and it's your turn, you just shake it. So I've played 6, 2 6, 3 6, 1, 5 5 2. Now, since you cannot connect this to the computer and play the game, if you have a battery pack like this, you can just connect it to your USB, connect it to the device. So it's still working. Okay, so this is how it works. Thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe so that anytime we post such videos, you will get them on time. See you again next time. Bye.